finally doing a review of Frost's Lush Double IPA. This one got pretty popular pretty quickly, and I've had a bunch of other Frost beers, including Plush, which I assume is the double dry hop version of this because it says double dry hopped on it. But Plush I actually was not super impressed by. I had a bottle of that I got like last June or something, and it was less hazy than like all the other Frost IPAs I've had, and not intensely flavorful. I don't know if maybe that's just not the greatest batch, but I'm finally doing the Lush, and it was canned on Pi Day, March 14th. So it's exactly 13 days old, and it's 8%, and it uses Northern and Southern Hemisphere hops. I'm guessing American and Australian hops, but I can't be 100% sure on the varieties. And it looks pretty good. Definitely hazy, a little bit not the palest, kind of a deep golden orange. Head looks pretty nice. Yeah, it's got that creamy, yeasty, vanilla sort of thing going on that I get from a lot of these New England IPAs. Lots of creamsicle happening in the aroma. Smells pretty good. I'm not getting any vegetal qualities. It doesn't seem like it's going to be very bitter at all. I hope that it's just not going to be too chalky tasting or anything like that. I don't want to actually taste like gypsum. But it's full of very, very candied, sweet citrus aromas and stone fruit aromas, but lots of just generic kind of candy aromas, like cotton candy, juicy fruit gum, that sort of thing. But pretty good. Nice amount of body. A little bit of spice comes in there. Yeah, this is a pretty good beer. The head's dying down. It's pretty big bubbles. I can tell it's going to be thin real soon, but it's not nearly as bad as some hazy IPAs I've seen. There is a good amount of chalkiness though, but it's still pretty mild. It's extremely low on the IBU bitterness level, but from all that haze, I'm getting some texture on the tongue. Just barely astringent. Good amount of body, but it finishes without being really sticky and sweet. Though it is a little bit sweet. I'm a little bit surprised. I guess this is what I was hoping and expecting a little bit, but after being really underwhelmed with the Plush, I was like, that's the double dry hop version of this, and I don't like it. Maybe I should pass on this. But it's a perfectly good New England style double IPA. You want something that's a little bit thicker and sweeter, and more just all about the candied fruit and sort of sweet candy flavors. I'm not getting any green qualities really. Like if they say Southern Hemisphere hops, and usually I get some sort of eucalyptus or green peppery or something like that from Southern Hemisphere hops, but I'm not noticing it in this. I bet if they do use Galaxy, it's just like a smidgen, and their yeast is definitely really bringing out the fruitier, milder flavors from the hops. Got some carbonation in there too. Yeah, it's kind of nice and thick on the tongue, sort of juicy, not really soft and luxurious though, because it has this texture it gives to my tongue that's not super pleasant, but it isn't ruining the experience like some beers, some really, really ridiculously dry hop beers I've had where it's just like, ooh, it's just like gypsum grass seltzer water on my tongue. It isn't taking away from the fruitiness when you swallow it, but It is a kind of a minerally, almost not quite baking soda, but it does have that generic white powder flavor. Yeah, it's pretty good. I guess it's a good substitute for if you can't get Hill Farmstead or Trillium or something. I like it a lot more than Sip of Sunshine. And it seems like they've kind of figured out their recipe. It's pretty consistent. Because the Plush did not look at this. I'll have to look at my review of that and compare it with this. I think I like this more than I did the Plush, but I think they still are brewing that, so I guess I give it another try. But it's not something that I am losing my mind over, because so many things like this are available these days. I'd give it like a straight 4, I guess. Really well done. I can see lots of people really liking this, and oftentimes you can go to a beer store in Vermont and there'll be a pile of these. Like when I went up there, I guess maybe I was sort of lucky, but it seems like they make this really regularly, and it's not super hard to get. Not too expensive. I think it was like, for a 4-pack, it was maybe like $16.50 or something. So cheaper than a lot of the other hazy double IPAs out there. I would recommend it. Give it a try. It might be really suited to your tastes, but it is really sweet. If it didn't have that kind of chalky quality to it, it would probably be too sweet for me. Now it's getting a little bit sticky, but very big orange peach cocktail sort of flavors. Maybe a little bit of pineapple in there. I'm sure it's primarily Citra. It reminds me, I guess, maybe a little bit of River Roost, but River Roost is even milder and creamier. I'm going to do a review of one of their other IPAs soon. River Roost is another Vermont brewer, but they're even newer and really, really small. I guess they're about to expand a bunch, but their IPAs are just like so soft and heavenly, but you got to be in the mood for something really sweet if you're having their beers. Like I had one of their beers with the barbecue that I got across the street from where River Roost the brewery is, and it was a weird pairing. I probably wouldn't recommend it. This one might go a little better with barbecue, I don't know. But yeah, there's several other hazy IPA brewers in Vermont I like more, but this would probably be in the top 10, if not top 5. So I give it some good marks. Goodbye.